Hello dear student, today we are going to discuss Science chapter number 11, Transportations in Animals and Plants. So let's get started. What happens when we get an injury or a cut on our body? Blood flows out. Would you know what is blood actually is? It comes? Let's find out. Well, blood is a red fluid that runs through our entire body. It does so by a special network of tubes called blood vessels. There are different components that make up the bloods. These are plasma, red blood cell, white blood cells, and platelet. Let's learn about these components one by one. Let's first learn about plasma. The fluid parts of the blood is called the plasma. The functions of the plasma is to carry the nutrients, different blood cells, and different hormones throughout the body. And then the next components of the blood is the red blood cells, RBCs. The RBCs are responsible for giving red colors to the blood. They do so because of the presence of red pigments in them. These red pigments is the hemoglobin. This hemoglobin in the blood binds with oxygen and taken to the different body parts. Apart from plasma and RBCs, blood also contains WBCs or the white blood cells. The functions of the WBC is to protect the body against any kinds of infections. Each time a germs enter the body, the WBC fights with the germs and kill them, thus preventing the infections. The last component of the blood is the platelet. You must have noticed that each time you get an injury and bleeds, the bleeding stops by itself, or sometimes this happens because of the presence of platelets. The platelets act like a plug on the guts. Together they form a clot at the guts and stop the bleeding. And next is blood vessels. There are different types of blood vessels in the body. You know that during inhalations, a fresh supplies of oxygen fills the lungs. The oxygen has to be transported to the rest of the body. Also, the blood pick up the waste materials, including carbon dioxide from the cells. This blood has to go back to the hearts for transport to the lungs for removals of carbon dioxide, as you have learned in the chapter number 11. So, two types of blood vessels are arteries and veins. So, artery carries oxygen-rich blood from the heart to all parts of the body. Since the blood flows is rapid and at a high pressure, the arteries have thick elastic wall. Next is the vein. Veins are the vessels which carry carbon dioxide-rich blood from all parts of the body back to the hearts. The veins have thin walls. There are valves present in veins which allow blood to flow only towards the hearts. Next is then the capillaries joins to form veins which empty into the hearts. And then next topic is the hearts. So heart is a vital organ of the body. It works as a pump and pushes the blood into a network of tubes, now which carries out substance with it. It is located in the chest cavity with its lower tip slightly tilted towards the left. The size of the human heart is similar to the size of a closed fist. If we observe a close sections of a human heart, and it's internally shows four chambers. The upper two shows two chambers are called right atriums and the left atriums, and the lower two chambers are the right ventricles and the left ventricles. Then our next topic is the heartbeats, the process in which the blood is distributed to different body parts and is again collected and transported back to the hearts is described as the blood circulation. The heart is pumping. The heart is pumping organs. If it undergoes rhythmic contractions and relaxations, the rhythmic contractions and the relaxations of the hearts together constitute a single heartbeat. The human being have an average of 72 heartbeats per minute. While at rest, the numbers of the heartbeat increases during or after any physical exercise or when a person's become excited. Heartbeats can easily be heard through an instrument called stethoscope. Then, next is the excretions in animals. Excretion is the process of removal of toxic waste from the body of an organism. Then, let's discuss about the excretory systems in human. The waste which is present in the blood has to be removed from the body. This is done by the blood capillaries in the kidney. When the blood reaches the two kidneys, it contains both useful and the harmful substance. The useful substance are absorbed back to the bloods. The waste dissolved in water also removed as urine. From the kidney, the urine goes into the urinary bladder through tube-like ureters. It is stored in the bladders and is passed out through the urinary opening at the end of the muscular tube called the urethra. The kidney, ureter, bladders, urethra form the excretory system. An adult human being normally pass out 1 to 1.5 liters of urine in 24 hours. The urine consists of 95% of water, 2.5% of urea and 2.5% of other waste product. And our last topic is the transports of substance in plants. To circulate plants, essential nutrients, excretory products, and the gases with the plants for various purposes. Transportations in plants is necessary. In vascular tissue, these transportations in the plants take place by a suction force. Water and the minerals are transported by the xylem, and the phloem transport foods from the leaves to the rest of the plants. Thanks for watching.